Hello and welcome to your mandatory information session for the Nurse Assisting Program at MCC. The fingerprint clearance card or their CPR card. So that can vary. It's not that much for everybody. And our next class, the other one we offer, is the 150 AP class. This is advanced placement. This is for students with healthcare experience. As you see, our criteria are here. So either 1 year full-time employment in direct patient care or 2 years of part-time in direct patient care, and it has to be within the last 5 years. And then here are some details about that. Of course, it'll prepare you to take the state board exam. If you need permission to, well, you do need permission to take this class. Be sure you email Kathy Mead, our program coordinator. She will give you permission. Her email is listed right here, and it was on the first 2 pages of this PowerPoint. And it is on our webpage too, if you don't remember it. The other thing you need to know is that Kathy, email her, include all of your information and how you meet one of these requirements. Also, no, if she says you are approved for the class, that doesn't mean you're ready to register. That means you can prepare to take this class. You still have to do all of your compliance items just as if you were taking the 158 class. Remember that, please. Okay, next up, academic requirements. You have a very detailed document in your initial email from me. The steps to registration document has a page that explains these and has more options than you see here. Just know that when you are ready to register, your student ID number is on that email to me. I will verify your academic requirements at that point. So no need to do that ahead of time. Just know that I will be checking that at the same time that I'm going to register you. If you don't meet the academic requirements, you'll have to go and fix that. It'll take you longer to get registered and you might not get the spot you want. So make sure you take care of that. I put that early on the list just to make sure you get it done and don't forget about it. Most of you have taken the HESI. If you haven't, some of you are just out of high school, so your GPA can help you. Also, we have the Ed Ready test. It's free online. The link is in my steps to registration document. Okay, so for safety, there's not too much. If you don't have a level 1 fingerprint clearance card, you need to apply for one. Some people have it through their work, but they don't own the physical card. You need the physical card, so you will contact Arizona Department of Public Safety to apply for the card. I have the link in the document, steps to registration document. You will need the physical card to bring with you to your clinical rotations, along with your student ID card. If you do not have an MCC student ID card, please work on getting that now. You will bring that and your level 1 to clinical. Okay, don't skip your fingerprinting. Also, you haven't applied for the card if you haven't done your fingerprinting. So, okay. And if you need help, please contact these people. I have no idea what they do to get it done. So, yeah, I can guide you to the website. That's about it. Okay, your next step will be to purchase the background check and document tracker with American Databank. They're also called Complio. They have 2 names for some reason. You need to complete the background check and upload your documents in American Databank first. When you sign up, you will use your Maricopa student email address. Use the same name as what is on your driver's license. Very important. If you don't do that, you are going to have to pay for a portion of your background check again and wait for that to go through. So make sure you use the name that's on your driver's license. And I'm going to send here next is the instructions for signing up. Oh, also, If you have trouble passing, if you fail your background check for some reason, check with American Databank first, and you can email me and let me know what's going on. I mean, maybe I might have a help document or something for you, but make sure you check with them first to see what the problem was.
Creating an account in Complio. Start by going to the Complio website for your institution. Click the Create an Account button. Enter your information carefully, as administrators will use these details to review your records. Enter your full name, and you may include any alias names that might appear on your documentation. Review and confirm the email address you enter. Complio will send an authorization email to this address. Next, select a username. Click the check button to see if the username is available. Select a password. It must be 8 to 15 characters, have a capital letter, a number, and a symbol in it. You will see green check marks as you meet the requirements for the password. Finally, click.
What he was going to say is click Create Account and proceed. For some reason, audio cut out. Check your email. You'll have a confirmation link there. Yay, you have an account. Next, we'll have instructions on how to subscribe to a package. Okay. You can chat with an expert on their website. You can email them or call them. Good stuff. Whoops. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you go to order the package. Let's see, you are going to buy the immunization tracker and the background check on this page. You don't order the drug screening yet. You'll have instructions for that later. Once you're registered later, don't ask about it. I'll send you instructions when it's time. Okay, so here's a teeny little video. I'll talk you through it. You're going to choose new student, MCCD, Mesa, and nurse assisting. Okay, load the packages. These are the items you can buy. Go ahead and get the 12-month Maricopa nursing immunization package. Oh, where'd my video go? One moment. Okay. 12-month immunization package. Get my little thing right here. That's an arrow. And also the background check. So it's the first one right here. Don't worry about the other ones. Ignore them. Do the first one. Ignore the rest until you're told otherwise, okay? Now, when you order a background check, make sure you use the same name that's on your driver's license. If it asks you for any more information once you get to the background check, use your driver's license name. Okay, so before we go on to the next step, stop and let's check these questions. Have you applied for your fingerprint clearance card? Yes, great, or you already have one. Do you know how you qualify academically? Did you check that sheet? You know you passed your HESI, you know you've taken the classes that'll count, you know your GPA is high enough. Make sure you check the page in the steps to registration document. You have your student ID number. You've applied for admissions for the semester you're going to join us. Great. You just created your American Databank account. Awesome. And you've ordered your background check and your document tracker. It sounds like a lot, but you can knock these out pretty quickly. Okay, next let's go over the health requirements. Okay, so I'm going to try and make this quick. This is a very lengthy part to the process, and I don't want to complicate it for you. So these are the health and safety requirements for the Maricopa nursing programs. First up is our new COVID-19 vaccine requirement. You're required to have completed either the 2 doses of the Pfizer or Moderna or the 1 Johnson & Johnson vaccine, or if you wish to decline, you may decline. Follow the instructions here. You will see pretty much just tells you what you need to do. If you have any questions and need clarification, just send me an email. Make sure you read this thoroughly though. Okay, next one up is your MMR, requirement. You will need to either have proof of your 2 MMR vaccinations, lab work showing that you are positive for titers, meaning you are immune for measles, mumps, and rubella. A negative or equivocal titer means you lack immunity for one or all of them. So you will need to start your vaccines if you've never had any. You will need to get a booster if you have proof of your 2 vaccines and you have a negative titer. If you have proof of your 2 vaccines, just upload those. But if you have a negative titer or equivocal on just one of these, it means you have partial immunity. You will submit a booster shot and the titer results for this requirement. You're going to submit it to American Databank and they will take a look. They will make sure this is all legit. Okay, so your varicella. If you've had chickenpox, you will do blood work to prove that you're immune. If you have had your 2 vaccines and you lost your records, just do the blood work. If you had your 2 varicella vaccines and you have your documentation, awesome, upload that. You need proof of a Tdap, not the childhood version, which is a DTaP. Upload your Tdap. It's only good for 10 years, so just make sure you've got that correct on your documentation. Next up, the TB testing. This one, for some reason, gets students so confused. Just remember, a 2-step is 2 complete TB tests. It will show that you went and got it injected, and then you got it read, and you got a result. Your document should show all 3 elements. Then, 1 week from the date of your first injection, of your first test, you will go and start a second test. Step 2 means your second test. So just go 1 week later. Don't go over 3 weeks or you have to start all over again. You do the whole thing over again. You will have the date injected, the date it was read, and the results. You will upload both of those. That takes 4 trips to your healthcare provider. If you've only done 2 trips, you're only halfway there. 4 trips to your healthcare provider. I may sound silly explaining this, but about 50% of my students that are doing compliance items get stuck on this. You won't though. I know it. Okay, the other thing you can do, the easiest thing to do, you can get a blood draw. It will show that you do or do not have TB. If any of these tests show that your TB 2-step or blood test shows positive, you will need to go to your healthcare provider, get a chest x-ray ordered, and then you will show the results of the chest x-ray, and you will have a form to fill out. Email me. I can walk you through that. Hep B. These are your options for Hep B. You can fill out a Hep B declination. You can upload your record that shows you have had 3 injections. I know there's one series that shows 2 and that only requires 2 injections, so that would work too. And you must be on schedule. So say you're not immune and you haven't had them. the injections, the series, you will start the series, upload what you have, and you will continue with the series. Okay? And the other thing is just lab work. You can get blood work to show that you're immune. Flu shot is required. Since we go to long-term care and they are very susceptible to illnesses, the flu shot is required. If you must decline it, just know you may, but it's at the discretion of the long-term care facility and the Banner facility to tell you you are not allowed to do your practice there. So just know that could happen. And it must be from the current flu season. It can't be a random flu shot from 2 years ago or last flu season. Current flu season. So CPR, I went over that already. Your fingerprint clearance card went over. Background check, great. Just make sure you read through this, but you're going to get it done. Be awesome. And let's see. Oh, you are going to see this check sheet. Don't fill this out. This is not, you can fill it out for your own records, but don't submit this. Don't have your healthcare provider fill it out. It won't count as documentation, as official documentation. It'll get declined. This is your healthcare provider signature form, also known as your clearance document in American Databank and your physical exam in MyCinicalExchange. It's the same thing. You're going to take this to your healthcare provider when you go to get some injections or whatever you need done, your TB testing, and just have them fill this out. As you see, it can be an MD, a DO, nurse practitioner, physician's assistant. They're all healthcare providers. They can say, yes, this person can perform the duties of a nursing student. So make sure you get that done. They need to sign it. You need to have the place stamp it so it looks official. These are the sorts of duties you will do, and that concludes that.
Uploading documents into Compleo. Before you start submitting your compliance requirements, you will need to gather your documentation. Your institution dictates what information is needed for each requirement. Click the Requirement Explanation button to view instructions on the compliance requirements for your institution. You may need to contact your healthcare provider to receive some of the required documentation. Make sure that your name and your provider's name are clearly visible on each document, along with the date the service was provided. If the documentation is not a digital file, you can take a photo or scan it. If documentation can be found online, you can simply take a screenshot or print to a PDF. Documents that are uploaded don't have to be perfect as long as they can easily be read by an administrator. They don't usually need to be in color or taken with the highest quality. Something clear and in grayscale is perfect. It's a good idea to check the documentation before uploading. Simply open it on your computer. If you can read everything clearly, then it's good to use for Compleo. Compleo will accept many common image and document file formats. Compleo will allow you to upload several files at once, but the limit is 20 megabytes at a time. Once you have your documentation collected digitally, you are ready to upload. Log into Compleo and your dashboard will load with your compliance requirements. From here, there are two ways to upload your documents into Compleo. The first way is to upload them directly as you enter your compliance requirements. Click Enter Requirement next to the specific category you are ready to update. Compleo will provide an explanation of what is needed. After you enter the requested information, you need to link or associate the appropriate documentation. Drag and drop files or use the Browse button to attach your documents. You can upload multiple documents at once if needed. Once you are satisfied with your entry, click Submit to notify an administrator that the item is ready to be reviewed. Clicking Submit will save the documents you've attached. If you need to use the same documents again for other requirements, you'll be able to quickly select them from the Documents drop-down.
Okay, So how to get your documents approved on American Databank. Do not turn in anything that looks like this. I realize that a lot of us have that from our childhood vaccinations, but it's not going to be accepted. It needs to look official. It needs to have the facility name on. Anything you could get printed out would be awesome. And if your doctor's office does print something out, make sure it has their letterhead at the top and your name on it. It'll get declined if it's missing a name, dates, all the important information. Okay, for your CPR card, you want to make sure that it is from the American Heart Association. Honestly, it should either look only like this or only like this. That is all. That is all that will be accepted. There's a link on the SEPSA registration document that will have the search for American Heart Association providers. When you schedule, double check with them that it will have American Heart Association logo on it. So only BLS CPR cards from the American Heart Association are accepted. If you turn in something else, it's going to get declined. So gather your vaccination records. I may have said that already, but here we go. You want printed records from your doctor's office or lab. They should look beautiful like this, nice and neat and clean, easy to read. Also, your school shot records, they're easy to get. Usually your school, the district office, say for Mesa Public Schools or whatever school district you went to, even out of state, they keep a record of this stuff if you ever provided that to them, and usually you have to go to school. So you can just ask them what they have, and we will accept this. Also, like I said before, they need the complete information on them. So double check that everything's on there. Don't have it turn in anything that's cut off, cropped. You want the whole page. Oh, there's another one. Accepted. Yay. Okay. So when you go to the healthcare provider, ask for your vaccines that you could not find or locate. There's your Tdap. There's your flu shot. Remember, from the current flu season. Anything you don't have proof of vaccines for, ask for blood work. Sometimes I get the question from a student about the COVID-19 requirement. Can you get blood work to prove that you've had it instead of proving getting the vaccines? And that is a big no. We take our orders for clinical compliance from our clinical agencies. They're not accepting that. Additionally, if you test negative for any of these titers up here, say for the TB test, well, actually, you would test positive for TB. There's another set of things we'll do, but just email me if that happens. For Hep B, if you're not immune, you'll start the series. Same with MMR, same with varicella. Just read that thoroughly. You'll be okay. Statement of clearance. I went over this already. There's just another look at it. Make sure you bring it. Oh, here we go. You'll upload it under the statement of clearance in American Databank and physical exam in MyCinicalExchange. I get asked this all the time. It's the same document. It's the same document. It has like 3 different names. Healthcare provider signature form, statement of clearance, physical exam, same thing. Okay, now we watched that nice little video about uploading your documents to American Databank. You will submit for approval. It can take about a week to get those approved. So you're going to have to just wait. It'll have, and you can't see it here right now, it'll have a yellow exclamation point like this instead of the check mark or the red X. That means it's under review. It's not, they haven't looked at it yet. So if it looks like that, it won't sync to MyCinicalExchange, and it just means they haven't looked at it. So you have to wait. Remember, it can take about a week, and you have to factor in holidays and weekends as well. So they'll either be approved or declined. If they are declined, read thoroughly what they want you to do for that section. Get the correct documentation, resubmit it, and wait again for their decision. If they decline it again and you have no idea why, and you've read the description thoroughly and you have submitted again and they still won't accept it, email me. But don't just email me that they won't accept it. I need you to email me the document that you submitted and email me a screenshot of their explanation. I will say about 90% of the time, 99% of the time even, it's just user error. It's a lot to do, so I don't expect you to do it perfectly. Do your best though. You'll get registered faster. Okay, the first part of the code for this information session is KDL. Write that down, remember it. You're going to need it when you're ready to register. This is half of your code. KDL, first half of your code. Okay, so you have those lovely check marks on American Databank with everything except for the drug screening. The next thing you are going to do is you are going to create a new account with MyCinicalExchange. The link to get to that, well, you can type in register.mycinicalexchange.com, or you can go, there's a link on the steps to registration document noted here. Okay, select nursing as your program and pay, very important. If you don't pay, none of the following steps are going to work. Okay, so you have paid, you in MyCinicalExchange created your account. You will sync your documents from American Databank to MyCinicalExchange, and there is a document that gives you specific instructions at the end of the steps to registration document. So take a look at that. Go ahead, take a moment, stop this PowerPoint video, and then come back to this. So now that you've synced your account, right? Because you stopped what you were doing and you took care of that, because this won't make sense. Okay, now if you've synced, your MyCinicalExchange account is going to look like this. I get so many emails from students saying they are ready to register. I go in and I look at their account and it looks like this. And then I do this. Because that is not, you're not ready to register. You're not in compliance. Okay, so the reason is because American Databank acts like more of a pass-through. It's like a pre-screen, right? They pre-screen some of your documents, not everything you're going to need for clinical compliance. And it ships it over to MyCinicalExchange. MyCinicalExchange is the meat of it's the most important thing that we have right now to use to get you into compliance and into your clinical rotation. Banner uses this to verify that you are in compliance. I will use MyCinicalExchange to put you in your banner rotation. Important. So don't overlook this. I will be so sad after you watch this video if you tell me you're ready to register and I see this. I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. So please don't do that. Okay. Not going to be a problem. I know it. Okay. So you're going to fill out anything that's missing here. Do you see all this stuff? Everything on this that's a red thumbs down except the negative drug screen. This should sync over. Everything syncs over except for a handful of items. Some of it is just going to have to be created by you in here. So these are all the items, and there might be one or two more. They have to be filled out in MyCinicalExchange. Okay. There's a yes or no for COVID vaccine received. Did you get it? Yes or no? These are all things we need to do to satisfy our clinical compliance items. So these aren't just made up things that we feel that are fun for you to tell us. These are things that the banners and Honor Healths and all of them need to know. So your physical exam, remember it's your healthcare provider signature form. Your level 1 fingerprint card needs to be uploaded here. I know you did it somewhere in American Databank. You'll do it here also. Copy of your driver's license. You can just take a picture with your phone for whatever you need to. For American Databank also, just make sure it's clear. Flu clinic. This will be a yes or no. Everything you see here has a description. Some of them require a document. Some of them will require a simple type in quick answer. Okay? Sometimes I see the CPR not uploaded, not synced over. Just whatever has a need in there, with the exception of the drug screening, you must fill in or upload. Okay. Awesome. Now you've done that. Everything has something. You're going to submit for approval. Now, it might say that you're missing some items, and you definitely are. You're not going to submit your drug screening yet. Keep hitting submit. Do you see this? You're going to get a big warning. Just submit. Ignore whatever they're telling you. Unless you didn't do it all, then you got to go back. But if you did everything except the drug screening, click yes. Okay, you're going to get this pop-up. Submitter comments. Type in Kelly, attention Kelly, nurse assisting, something like that to get my attention. We have, oh gosh, over 400 students that use this, and they all go to the same place. My counterpart at Southern and Dobson for the nursing program, and I try to have them sorted by you all typing in nurse assisting for the NA program, or attention Jared, or nursing program for the nursing program. So thank you for doing that. It'll help it go faster, definitely faster. So I'm not picking through, right? Also about your drug screening, it's random, a random day, a random time. It's like a surprise. So you don't know when it's coming. You'll be registered when you do get it assigned to you, but you'll know. It'll be very clear. So no need to ask. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't forget. Okay, so this is your application email. Yay, it's time. Okay, so you are going to email me. Remember, your subject line will have your start month in it. Okay, you could even put application email in there. That would be amazing because then I would know you're ready to go. So if you can put in your start month and your just a quick like one word thing, help with compliance, or for this one, application, that would be golden. Okay, so you want to include for your application email, it's a big deal, right? Your phone number in case I need to call you for something. We need it too for your record. Your student ID number. So you made sure that you have a student ID number and you've done your admissions for the semester you're registering for Mesa. The month you're starting in, because we have classes starting, let's see, this semester, January, February, March, and then we'll have some in June. And after that, I'm not sure, but it'll be a lot. And then your first cohort choice and your second. I cannot take preferences for clinical. I have to assign those. So those will be assigned, but they'll match up with your cohort choice. So don't worry, they'll be in similar to they'll stick with that schedule. And then the code from this session. So what was the first part? It was KDL. And without this code, I know that I guess you winged it and you figured it out. But please put the code in, right? Oh, pro tip for choosing your schedule. For some reason, everyone always wants 1A and then 1B, and then 2A and 2B fill up last. So if you're not too busy, you're not worried about your schedule that much, you can definitely get a spot here. You could always put this in for your second choice. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing. If you choose cohort 1A and cohort 1B, you might not get a spot. If you only choose cohort 1A only, I don't know. Good luck, but I'll do my best. But if you have everything done and you're on the ball, chances are you'll get your spot. Okay. Oh, we went over that. Great. Second part of this code is the second part of the code for the session is 430. So that was the first part. There's the second part. And that is all I have for you. I know it's a lot. Don't watch it all at once. Watch it in little bits as you go through. And email me any questions you have after you've reviewed everything. Just take it in little bits and it won't be bad, I promise. Best of luck.